So Melania Trump hosted a pro-LGBTQ fundraiser at Mar-a-Lago over the weekend, and the supposed party of freedom and individual liberty is not happy about it. The MAGA fan base is incredibly pissed off, and they showed that on Truth Social. Donald Trump made a post saying, "Melania Trump headlines fundraiser for LGBT group." And one of the first replies is from someone named Ryan Ward, who said, "Wow. First, you go and help push the Ukraine bill while our border is non-existent. Now, this BS. You are very quickly becoming a part of the swamp you swore to drain. Do you realize how many people absolutely lost confidence in you pushing that Ukraine bill? POS move, losing confidence in your base real fast." First of all, I never thought I'd see the day that being pro-democracy, pro-freedom on a global scale pisses the Republican Party off. Because Russia unilaterally launched this invasion against Ukraine, and now we're defending them. But that's besides the point. This idea that he's just now realizing that Donald Trump is a part of the swamp he swore to drain also blows my mind. Donald Trump got into office, and like half of his cabinet got arrested. The other half he had to repeatedly fire over and over. He had a 75% turnover rate while he was in office. Donald Trump immediately became the swamp. He said he was going to drain the swamp, but all he did was create a bigger swamp within his cabinet in Washington. And other factions of the MAGA fan base are also mad at Donald Trump because they realize that he does not know how to run an effective campaign. People like Charlie Kirk, who I dislike, but this guy actually looks at elections from a pragmatic point of view. How can we win this election? He has been ranting against Donald Trump on his show a lot. Recently, he said, "We are struggling right now. We can't compete with Biden's field offices. Biden has 450 people on staff in key states. We do not believe Trump has a single field office in any of those states. Biden is a formidable opponent." And Charlie Kirk has been tweeting a lot about how they are in an uphill battle against the Biden campaign. I mean, in a lot of these key swing states, Joe Biden has opened 10 plus field offices. He has all of these different field operatives out there working for him. Donald Trump has none of that. There are reports that Donald Trump has about 5 people spread across the different swing states, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me. At the same time, it's not that surprising. Donald Trump oozes incompetence, and everyone that he puts around him in his campaign is an absolute clown. I mean, all of the normal people don't want to work with him anymore, so he just uses loyalists. Not to mention, he's in the middle of this massive criminal trial, so of course that's going to take a toll on his campaign. But still, you'd think they'd have their stuff together a little bit more, but I guess that's what happens when you effectively gut the RNC and make sure that your daughter-in-law is the one running it. But to build on my point, we saw the Pennsylvania primaries take place last night on Tuesday, and the results were honestly pretty devastating for Donald Trump. I mean, of course, he won, but the amount of Nikki Haley voters we saw turn out could absolutely devastate Donald Trump's campaign when we come to the general election. This Axios article reads, "Trump can't shake lingering primary protest votes in Pennsylvania." A sizable share of Republican primary voters in PA cast a ballot for former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley on Tuesday, despite former President Trump clinching his party's nomination over a month ago. And remember, Nikki Haley suspended her campaign a while back as well. She hasn't been in the news. She hasn't even been out there campaigning in PA, yet she still got about 15% of the vote. This is a massive number. She had 147,000 people vote for her, roughly. This article says, "Why it matters. Pennsylvania could ultimately decide the election in November. It's a state that President Biden won by about 80,500 votes in 2022, but Haley received at least 147,000 votes in Pennsylvania's GOP primary, with over 90% of the vote counted. When Trump won it against Hillary Clinton, he won it by about 68,000 votes. So these protest voters, these Nikki Haley voters, if even a fraction of them stay home on election day, it could devastate Donald Trump's campaign and lose him the election. And this is a trend that we've been seeing across all of these important swing states during the primaries. Even after Nikki Haley suspended her campaign, people are turning out to vote for her, to say that we reject MAGA and Donald Trump. We want the old Republican Party back, which is what Nikki Haley represents. Now, to give you guys the full picture, Trump did dominate the Republican primary, delivering decisive wins in every GOP primary state. That's not surprising. But possible warning signs have since emerged for the former president in his bid to reclaim the White House. In the key swing states of Arizona and Wisconsin, more than 1/5 of the GOP primary voters cast a ballot for a non-Trump candidate during the state's primary contest. And while all of this is happening, Trump is failing to build a cohesive campaign. I mean, they're not buying that much ad space. He's not doing as many rallies as he should be. He's not hiring the field operatives in key swing states or making sure he has field offices like I touched upon earlier. Donald Trump's campaign, by all measures, is a failure so far. But again, to build the broader picture, Hillary Clinton did outraise Donald Trump in 2016. She did outspend Donald Trump. She had a way better ground game, and Trump still pulled off that win by a slight margin. But what I always say is that Hillary Clinton is not Joe Biden. Republicans are making the mistake of thinking that Donald Trump will be able to clinch this victory just like he did against Hillary Clinton in 2016. But Biden has shown repeatedly that he has this electoral strength that Clinton never had. I like Clinton, but she wasn't a very likable candidate. Joe Biden is not only likable, he was Barack Obama's vice president, and he's just well known. And this is something I talk about a lot, but many of Donald Trump's closest allies during his first term have now said they cannot endorse him for a second term, or they're just distancing themselves from his campaign. People like Mike Pence refuse to endorse him and even say that Trump asked me to put his ego over the Constitution. People like Bill Barr, who was Donald Trump's sword and shield, now say that there's no election fraud. Donald Trump lied about election fraud. People like Mark Milley, people like Mark Esper are all coming out with these horror stories about Donald Trump. I mean, watch this clip of Mitt Romney roasting Donald Trump on Capitol Hill yesterday. And I know we obviously disagree with Mitt Romney on a lot, but I think as far as Republicans go, he's had somewhat of a backbone when it comes to standing up against Donald Trump. Watch this clip.
I think everybody has made their own assessment of President Trump's character, and so far as I know, you don't pay someone $130,000 not to have sex with you.
That was a great comment from Mitt Romney, but even yesterday we saw Mitch McConnell blaming Donald Trump for nuking the border deal. I mean, people say that Donald Trump is going to drain the swamp, but now Donald Trump is that dude behind the scenes pulling the strings of Congress, making sure that nothing passes that actually could help the American people or help our allies across the globe. Watch this clip of Mitch McConnell, who absolutely has no spine. I hate this guy, but just watch this clip.
We all felt that the border was a complete disaster, myself included. And Chad, you remember covering the phases we went through. First, there was an effort to make law, which requires you to deal with Democrats. And then a number of our members thought it wasn't good enough. And then our nominee for president didn't seem to want us to do anything at all. That took months to work our way through it.
So the point of this video is that Trump's utter incompetence is most likely going to cost him the election. He can't build a campaign. He can't recreate that magic from 2016 where he was able to get billions of dollars in earned media for free. That's what he's attempting to do when he goes on the television or he goes in front of the cameras every time he's in that courtroom. He's trying to get this earned media and trying to get this coverage, but it's not working in the same way that it did in 2016 because seeing him in court is a little bit different than saying, oh, who's this guy? Who's this anti-establishment outsider? People in 2016 were a lot more charitable. And right now, people seem over him. People in his own party, people that were his close allies seem over it all. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like to help boost it. If you made it this far, comment a blue heart. Make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. Most importantly, have a great rest of your day, guys.